You okay? You were mumbling in your sleep.
Just a bad dream.
A normal bad dream? Or like a weird Lucas is in trouble kind of bad dream?
Normal. Just dreaming about creepy old guys.
Gross. Didn't know that was your type.
Shut up.
It had been a few weeks since our encounter with the Goat Man, a creature that actually spoke. We were still trying to process that. We realized there was clearly a lot more to cryptids than we could have ever imagined. And even though she was still reluctant to really talk about it, Mia was finally starting to accept that she did have some kind of power, which was at least some kind of progress. So I got a message from JDoe51.
Who?
The guy from Monsters Den that's been helping me research the black helicopter.
Oh, right. The crazy conspiracy theorist?
He's not crazy. He's not totally crazy.
Whatever. What's the message?
A possible lead.
On the black helicopter?
Yeah.
Okay. Just so we're on the same page, there is some secret paramilitary group out there with not only the ability to track cryptids, but the firepower to shoot them out of the sky. And you want to find them?
Mia, they saved us. Clearly, whoever they are, we're on the same side. And I know they shouldn't have killed it, but still. The fact that they showed up at all means there's someone out there who probably knows a lot more about cryptids than us. Think of all the things we could learn from them.
Okay, fair point. So, what's this lead?
Have you ever heard of number stations?
What do you think?
No. Okay. So basically, they are these shortwave radio stations that just broadcast numbers, and it's usually in some creepy monotone voice. Here's a random example.
Zero, 2, 0, 5. 0, 2, 0, 5. 7, 4, 7, 5, 2.
Okay, it's creepy, I'll give you that. But you think it has something to do with the black helicopter? Or, J-Doe does?
Yeah, I guess this requires a bit of explanation. So, number stations are a surprisingly common phenomenon. People started noticing them back during the Cold War, and there's actually a ton of them out there, all a little different. And strictly speaking, they're not all just numbers. Some have weird little jingles or nursery rhymes. One just plays a clip of Yosemite Sam over and over again.
Ugh.
Yeah, I know. Nowadays, though, a lot of people track and document them. You can find hundreds of recordings online. For the most part, people believe that they're used by intelligence agencies. Say you have an agent out in the field, but you can't get in contact with them. So you put out a secret code on one of these number stations. The good thing about shortwave is that the transmissions can be picked up pretty much anywhere across the world. So all the spy has to do is just get a shortwave radio, decode the numbers, and he's got his message.
Okay, that's all very interesting cloak and dagger stuff, but what does it have to do with us? We're not spies.
Well, finding some of these broadcasts can be kind of tricky because they don't always play regularly, which brings me to our lead. J-Doe started hearing rumors of a number station that people had trouble listening to. Apparently, some of them had trouble recalling details of the broadcast after they listened to it.
That sounds a lot like the fog.
Bingo. And he found it. Want to hear it?
Well, yeah, of course.
You feel that, right?
Yeah, definitely weird. And not like normal weird. Cryptid weird.
Yeah, Fritz didn't like it either.
You've got me interested in this station now, but you think it's connected to the helicopters?
Yeah. Jado told me about the station a few weeks ago when he finally found it, and he's been trying to decode the numbers ever since. I'm garbage at that kind of stuff, but he's been following it nonstop, and he thinks he finally cracked it. He says that they're coordinates. We've been talking about it a little more, and it finally dawned on us.
Oh, yeah?
I think it's some kind of recruiting tool.
Recruiting?
Yeah. Well, okay, it's not just one person, right? There's got to be a group behind this. We can say that much for sure. They have access to at least one heavily armed helicopter, so they're well funded, and they know about cryptids, which makes them part of a very select group. Now, if you were them, how would you get new recruits into your organization? You can't exactly put out an ad calling for monster hunters.
So, they broadcast a signal that somehow gives off the same effects as the fog? How would they even do that?
I have no idea, but that's besides the point. If you can pay attention to the broadcast and record the numbers, they already know you can see through the fog, and if you're determined enough to decode it all and figure out the coordinates, well, probably shows them you've got an initiative or whatever.
That's a real stretch.
I know, but it wouldn't be the first time I've heard of something like this. A puzzle just hiding in plain sight. For one thing, there's Cicada 3301.
What? Is that another username?
No, it's this massive internet puzzle thing. Mostly online, but it also kind of spans the globe. You need to know codes, art, music, literature. It's insane. Whoever solves it, apparently, gets invited to join some secret organization. I say apparently because if anyone has solved it, they haven't spilled the beans. Some people say Cicada is a front for the NSA or the Masons or hackers, but no one really knows. My point is, puzzles like that are everywhere. Hell, the CIA headquarters even has this giant statue out in front of the building called Cryptos. It's just covered in secret messages, and some of them still haven't been decoded.
Okay, so this is a lot to follow. A guy who, just to remind you, you only know online, came up with these random coordinates after supposedly decoding a secret radio signal run by the Men in Black. And, let me guess, you want to go to those coordinates so you can find them and, join up?
I never said anything about joining them, but yeah, that's the gist of it. Like I said, though, if we can find this group, I think we could learn a lot from them. I mean, there's clearly a lot of things we still don't understand.
No argument there.
Besides, even if this isn't related to the mysterious helicopter people, it is totally fog-related.
Right, but can't we just track down wherever it's actually broadcasting from?
No. I'm gonna be honest, when J. Doe first came to me with this, I tried looking into it too, how shortwave works and all that stuff, but I still barely understand it. I did ask him about that, but he said it wasn't an option.
Okay, where do these coordinates lead?
The coordinates specified an area in the middle of nowhere out in Idaho. Mia was still a little reluctant, but we decided to check it out. Can you believe we've been doing this for more than a year now?
Wow, it has been a year, huh?
Yeah, time flies when you're chasing creatures that aren't supposed to exist. Man, when you first came to visit with your grandfather's tape, could you have even begun to imagine some of the things we've seen?
No, not even close. Lake monsters, the Jersey Devil, a goddamn dragon?
Don't forget our little Fritz.
Aw, of course I didn't forget you.
You think he'd be proud of us?
What?
Your grandfather. I mean, this was his life's work. He basically asked you to take over the family business. Think we're living up to that?
I mean, I'd like to think so. I'm certainly trying.
Yeah, I'm sure he'd be happy to see you now. Maybe think you're a little stubborn for refusing to kill, but proud.
Good. Do you think we'll ever find out what happened to him?
You want my honest answer? I hate to say it, but you know a cryptid probably got him, right? Armed or not, this is a dangerous lifestyle.
I know.
There's always the chance, but Unless we just happen to investigate the same cryptid and just happen to find any of his supplies or anything.
It's a long shot.
Yeah, sorry.
It's okay. Getting the tape was pretty good closure. I just wish I could know for sure. Does that make any sense?
Of course. A few days later, we finally reached Boise. The coordinates would have us driving just a few hours north to the absolute middle of nowhere. We were so tired from driving, though, that we decided to get a room for the night and head out the next morning. Once we woke up and had breakfast, we got back on the road. We drove as far as we could, but eventually we reached the end of a small dirt road. We would have to go the rest of the way on foot.
Oh my god. I can't believe you got her a leash.
We can't just carry her everywhere for the rest of her life. Besides, she needs to burn off some energy.
I don't think she'll ever run out of energy.
Oh boy.
Don't tell me you're regretting getting a pet cryptid.
I would never. We continued hiking until we reached our destination. The coordinates led us to an old, seemingly abandoned log cabin.
Oh yeah, this totally looks like a secret government base.
You ever see Cabin in the Woods or Resident Evil? For all we know, there could be a huge underground complex just beneath our feet.
Oh right, I'm sure that's the case. You think anyone lives here?
Well, the windows are boarded up, so I hope not.
Alright, let's try the door then, I guess.
That's a good sign.
Is it, though?
With the door unlocked, we decided to enter. Sure enough, it appeared to just be an empty one-room cabin. It was pretty dusty and nearly devoid of any furniture. All that remained, in one corner of the room, was a small dining room table sitting on top of a very dirty rug. On top of the table was a small metallic box covered in wires and blinking lights and a dozen other mechanical devices. It looked like something out of a sci-fi movie. Next to the device was a slip of paper with the words "Push to activate" written on it. Underneath the words was an arrow pointing to a very prominent button on the front of the box.
We are not pushing that.
Don't tell me you're the scared one now.
I'm not scared, and I'm also not stupid. This is a f***ing bomb.
Who would go through all the trouble of building an incredibly obvious bomb with a button just asking you to push it, leaving it all alone in the middle of nowhere, and then hiding the coordinates in a secret code on some weird, foggy radio broadcast?
A crazy person?
Okay, fair. But, come on. If someone did want to build a bomb, why would they make this crazy sci-fi looking thing? I'm pretty sure you can just make them out of PVC pipe or pressure cookers.
Yeah, and maybe they were really bad at it.
Mia, it's not a bomb. I'm pushing the button.
You're a f***ing idiot.
Okay, go wait outside. If you hear a boom and the cabin disappears, then you were right.
Ugh, you're such an idiot. But a confident idiot. If you're gonna blow yourself up, it won't be alone.
You sure?
Just do it before I change my f***ing mind.
Are you okay?
Shit! Give me a minute. You just had to press it.
Sorry. Was that another,
Headache? Yeah. Help me up.
So, did you, feel anything?
I saw images, actually. Kinda hazy. It was almost like a memory, but one that wasn't there before. I don't know how else to explain it. I don't know how that was possible.
Images? Like what?
I saw flashes of a town. I'm pretty sure it was Boise. I saw a strip mall and a game cabinet.
Like an arcade game?
Yeah. It said Polybius.
Cryptic Cases has been a production of Little Giant Monsters.
If you enjoyed the show, please consider leaving a review on iTunes or tell a friend. It really helps others find the show.
If you'd like to follow us on social media, search for Little Giant Monsters on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram. You can also visit our website, littlegiantmonsters.com.
Check out any of these pages to see other projects we're working on, as well as a new Cryptid sketch every Monday after the new episode.
Thanks for listening, and see you again soon.